Hi, my name is Jacob Bryant. I'm a licensed clinical social worker and a master level certified addictions professional. I'm the crisis team leader at Florida Healthcare Plans, and we're here to talk away the dark and to show you that suicide is preventable. Suicide is a critical health issue in our society, but it is preventable. I know of a man who was once so down on his luck that he became really suicidal and decided to go to a park and take his own life. He walked out to where there was a cliff, and on the way out, he had overheard some people discussing and laughing and joking, and he overheard one man saying, "I love my life." And the man kind of mockingly said, "Haha, I love my life," and kind of repeated it over again on the way out to the cliff. When he got to the cliff, he realized that he no longer wanted to hurt himself, so he decided to go home. He kept on repeating the phrase, "I love my life," because it kind of got stuck in his head. And before he knew it, he was no longer depressed. He's now married and has kids. He started a business, and he sends out cards every year saying, "I love my life," to other people. As a therapist, I'm fortunate to hear these stories all the time. We all need somebody every once in a while to reach out to us and tell us, "Hey, things are going to be okay," or "I'm here for you if you need it." Today, we're going to go over the warning signs, which include personality changes, emotional changes, and verbal cues, such as "I don't want to be here anymore." We're going to also go over the importance of self-care, which includes things that can help your mental health as well as your physical health, because we all have a mind-body connection. We're also going to go over community support, such as groups and activities that you can do to help you with your mental health. Suicide is a complex issue with no single cause. CDC reported that suicide accounted for 17.2% of all death for individuals from the age of 15 to 25 in 2022 and is currently the second leading cause of death for people 1 to 44. Develop a community of people around you that you can discuss your mental health with. You are not alone. Take time to check on your family and friends and loved ones. They're the ones who need you the most. Here's a chart for fatal injury trends. These are for all unintentional injuries, which also include overdose deaths and driving under the influence. It shows that behavioral health has a significant impact on all deaths within the United States. Let's talk about suicide. Talking about suicide does not increase the risk. If somebody seems depressed and you ask them if they're feeling like hurting themselves, that will not usually send them over the edge to say, "Now I feel like hurting myself." Seeking help is a sign of strength and not weakness. I often like to use the QPR model. First, we like to question. We like to ask direct questions about how the person feeling. Do they feel like hurting themselves? What's going on in their lives? Then we persuade them. We persuade them to go get help, to seek a professional, to go to see a therapist, to talk to their doctor about their mental health. Then we refer them. Show them what the crisis lines are. 988 is a good resource, or 911. Florida Healthcare has a behavioral health team. Listen without judgment and compassion. Identify warning signs. If a person's saying, "I'm hopeless," or "I no longer want to be here," ask them more questions. Figure out what's going on in their lives. Next, we're going to talk about warning signs. First, we'd like to talk about verbal cues. Things like, "I wish I weren't here," "The world would be better off without me," "I can't stand this anymore." Next, there's behavioral changes. Things like isolating themselves, giving away possessions, acting erratically. I had a friend who committed suicide when I was 23 years old. He initially had started giving away his possessions, started drinking more alcohol. He started talking to his commanding officers in a way that he never talked to them before. All these were signs that could have been indicators, but I didn't know any better at the time. Obviously, if I had taken a class like this and knew that behavioral changes would be a good indicator that somebody might take their own lives, I might have acted a little differently, but hindsight is 20/20. There also is going to be a lot of emotional indicators, which include mood swings and hopelessness. According to SAMHSA, substance abuse, mental health, bullying, trauma, domestic violence, physical ailments, ongoing stressors, and chronic pain are the most common reasons for suicide. I typically like to use the term HALT: hungry, angry, lonely, and tired. The 4 dimensions of recovery, as cited by SAMHSA. First, we have health. Overcoming or managing one's mental health or substance use condition, living in a physically and emotionally healthy way. The second is home, a stable and safe place to live, providing a foundation for recovery. Third is purpose, engaging in meaningful and daily activities such as work, school, volunteerism, or family caretaking. Fourth, we have community, relationships and social networks that provide support, friendship, and hope. Let's talk about physical care. First, it's good to get 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night. This will help both your cognitive and physical performance. Next, nourishing meals. The better nutrition you have, the better you're typically going to feel. Regular physical activity is also a great thing to focus on. It doesn't have to be going to the gym. It can be walking with a friend, playing pickleball, whatever it is to get your body moving. Now you can take a warm bath or a relaxing shower. Also, if you're very agitated, a cold shower might shock you out of it. Doctor's appointments are important. Make sure you're going to them regularly. Now let's talk about emotional self-care. First, you can read a book, learn a new hobby, solve a puzzle, take a break from social media. We all know that we all spend a little too much time on social media. A little break from social media will help your dopamine out a lot. You can practice mindfulness like yoga or meditation. You can engage in prayer, or you can talk to a professional therapist. If you talk to your doctor, let them know about your mental health. They may think a therapist is the right thing for you. Next, we're going to talk about how to build a community. First, you can schedule a call with a friend. You know that friend that you've been waiting to call for a long time, but you keep on putting it off, putting it back on the back burner? Call that friend. They probably really want to hear from you. Next, you can join a club or an interest group. If you go on the internet, there's pretty much a group for anything you can imagine, but be very careful about joining an appropriate group. Next, you can spend quality time with family. You know you have a grandma, aunt, uncle, cousin that really wants to hang out with you, and you haven't for a while. Why not spend a little bit of time making their day? Last, you can set boundaries. You know that person that takes a lot of energy out of you and you kind of feel exhausted? It's okay to say, hey, I don't need to hang out today, or I'm not able to. It's okay to say no. Next, I'd like to focus on home care. You got to have an environment that's good and conducive to your own well-being. First, ask yourself, is the environment good for you? Is it safe? Is it healthy? Can I do the things I need to do to grow and evolve? Keep your home clean. If it's dirty, you're going to feel a little bit worse throughout the day. Add some plants. Get a little bit more oxygen in there. Obviously, let in some fresh air and some natural light. Obviously not in Florida in the summer. It is very hot right now, but like when everything's cooled down, it's not too bad to crack a window. You want to create a comfortable space where you feel relaxed and you feel like you can be yourself. Let's talk about creating purpose. First, you can clearly define your skill set and how you can help in the community. If you're good at constructing, do it. Next, you can engage in meaningful work. This has to be something that's meaningful to you, not to somebody else. You could also go to school and get involved with educational growth. If you feel stuck, sometimes a little education is all you need to get unstuck. Next, you can volunteer. That could be something like the Humane Society or VPK to help children. You can also help family members or loved ones. This will help them and help you in the process. Self-care is most effective when it's a regular practice, not just a one-time fix. First, you can start small. Don't try to overhaul your entire routine in one day. Start with 5 minutes here or there. Little changes can make all the difference that you need. Next, you can schedule it. Treat your self-care time like an important appointment. If you need to go to the gym 3 times a week, make sure you go to the gym 3 times a week. Put it on your schedule. Write it down. Next, you have to be flexible. If you miss a day, don't let it be the end of everything. Get back to it as quick as you can, and it'll be a lot better. Last, you can listen to your body. Pay attention to your activities. Do they make you feel better? Do they make you feel worse? Adjust accordingly. If they're making you feel worse, don't do it. If they make you feel better, maybe do it a little bit more. Self-care is a priority. Self-care is about being responsible for your own well-being. By taking care of yourself, you are better equipped to handle more stress, be more productive, and show up better for others in your life. If you are worried about being selfish, have people join in with you for accountability. It'll increase your chances for success. Today, we talked about how suicide is serious, but we can prevent it. Hopefully, we can now better engage with those who are struggling with thoughts of self-harm through actions such as QPR, through questioning, persuading, and referring, through warning signs such as behavioral changes or emotional changes, through self-care for both the mind and the body, and for community support, which is engaging with family members, loved ones, groups, or other activities that can help you stay more positive. We have plenty of resources if you need assistance. If you need help getting a doctor, please reach out to our wellness@fhcp.com. If you need to get a hold of FHC Behavioral Health Services, you can call our phone or reach out to us at fhcp.com/behavioral health. FHCP has 6 locations to meet your behavioral health needs. You can also call the 988 Lifeline. The 988 Lifeline is available 24/7, 365. Your conversations are free and confidential. You can call or text to help. If there's an emergency, please call 911. There are plenty of resources available. If you have any questions or need any services, please don't hesitate to reach out to our team.